I don't know if you guys seen these, but they're my MigRig. Pretty sweet. I just got it. We're going to unbox it. And we're going to try it out and see if it works on my a-fram later. So let me unbox this. So if you don't know what MigRig is or what this is, it is a top for pit blinds, a-frame blinds, any kind of blind that you need a top for. They got it, and it's pretty sweet. It was $130, and it'll do a 12-foot blind. We're going to try to stretch it out on a 15-foot blind. We have like 4-inch gap to see if we work it out with the grass. But for the price, we couldn't pass it up, and we have a blind that goes in a hedgerow, and we're going to possibly, if we like how these turn out on the a-frame, we're going to try it on there in an angle. So, but yeah, instead of doing cattle panels, we're going to give this a throw. But yeah, it's $130. You get 5 panels, 2 20-inch by 40 panels, and 3 39 by 40 panels, and 20 bungee balls to attach it to the blind, depending on how you want to attach it. But I think they only come in one color, and you can't buy extra panels, which kind of hoping they change that. But yeah, a sticker. They do come roll up like this, so it's kind of handy for like end of season. You take the grass off, roll them up, throw them in a bag, you're set to go. But yeah, nice waterproof on the inside, the khaki color on the outside, so it does brush in pretty good. The stubble straps for the grass to get put in there has plenty of holes in there, so you can mount it. I'm gonna unroll this. Oh, they got the little logo on there. That's pretty cool. So this is a 20-inch one, 20 inches wide. You can see it. So this would be like an end. So you can either bungee ball go through these or Velcro strap them to the bar that's on the end of your blind on each end. Or if you have wood on top, they give you the grommets, depending on size, to where you can screw it down. And then basically you put it on there, it comes out, has heavy rods in there. I don't know if they're fiberglass. But that way it just lays on top of it, you can push it over. So you got 2 of these, which they're both right here. So you can see like one will be on the right side, one will be on the left side. So if you have a smaller personal blind, you can use just the 20s if you want. But the 20s are for the end of the blind, which is pretty neat. And then the other ones are 39 by 40, which is pretty sweet because if you use the end one, you got the ones in the middle with the grommets that you can either screw down to the wood. So if you have a wood divider in between 2x4, you can screw that down, and that will hold it in place so you can move it side to side, and this won't move around. Or you can put the bungee balls through it and attach it to a 2x4 or a pipe or whatever you got underneath there if you don't want to screw it down. But yeah, pretty handy for that. Bungee balls are handy if you want to go ahead and not leave it out on the blind. I think we're going to try to carry it in if it's going to rain just so that the grass don't get wet. But then if it's going to snow, we're going to leave it out there. They seem pretty rugged enough and stuff enough that I feel like if I have it on top of the blind, the snow's not going to push it through. So, and it also has a Velcro right there. And then inside it, you can strap it around. The pipes, the 2x4s, whatever you got, there's plenty of room. I mean, if you go all the way to the edge, plenty of room to go around 2x4. But yeah, you get 3 of these panels, which is pretty neat. So I'll lay them all on the ground, see what they look like all together. Hold up. So this is how it looks all laid out. But the nice thing about this is like, so those are like 39 inches each. So if you buy the whole kit, you can either do the one end, and you can customize it how you want. If you need 2 centers, 1 center, or kind of whatever you need. Kind of like the Lucky Duck 2x4 blind, if you go down to a 2-person. With the bungee balls, you can go ahead and go from a full-size set of these down to cutting them down in half. So you literally take 2 panels out, maybe a panel, and you're able to use the 2-person blind or smaller blinds like that. So, like I said, we're going to use it on the a-frame blind and the fence row blind and see how they work on an angle too. And once you're done, like I said, all the grass on them, you just roll it up. Grab your little storage pouch. Put in your storage pouch. And you literally just take these and throw them in your trailer. So like if you're on North Dakota, you can grass it once you get up there. Or you can just leave them together, bungee ball them together, you got the bungee balls. But actually put the bungee ball in there. But yeah, for 130 bucks, we were gonna do cattle panels, and they're cheaper, but you gotta figure out how you're gonna hinge them and everything like that, and then you gotta double push them off and have a chance of risk of ripping something. So our thought is on this is we don't have to worry about ripping stuff because a lot of us have like more expensive camo and everything. And we just figured this would be a lot easier, a lot more user-friendly and stuff. You don't have to worry about guns getting hung up in anything because it doesn't have holes, and it's just basically brushing an A-frame. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll see if I can help you. Go check out MigRig's website, or TikTok too. They got TikTok, Instagram, all that, with some videos on it. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'm going to try putting this on, probably not this weekend because it's going to be 100, and Fatty don't like the heat. But we're going to try getting it on this summer and see how it works. For 15, we got a 15-foot blind. So I think we're going to end up leaving 4-inch gaps in between the doors, which is really no big deal. We're going to use it to go ahead and look out of anyways. So the way we brush our blind's pretty heavy that it's not going to be no big deal for the birds. But yeah, I'm hoping in the future that you can buy extra panels. Because if we hadn't, we're able to buy one more 20-inch panel, it would cover everything. But with just starting out with this for 130 bucks, I think you're pretty far ahead in the game for making blinds and brushing blinds, especially if you already make the openings for a certain way. And if they give you the option of buying extra panels, that'd be really sweet. But yeah, check them out on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't get paid for them. I'm just sharing with everyone that I think this is going to be pretty sweet and information. If this is something you've been looking for your blind, instead of using cattle panels and stuff, this is an option. So yeah. You gotta check it out. Let me know if you need help. Thank you.